In the moments before, they flee, but it is already too late. The force of a gargantuan flash flood hitting Tibet's Jurong port, a major crossing between China and Nepal. Hundreds of people are currently missing along the border, among them foreign travellers and locals too. More than 30 are thought to be UK citizens. This 10 kilometres away, satellite imagery which shows how the torrent of rocks and mud engulfed the landscape around the Bote Koshi River in the early hours of this morning and swept into Nepal's Rasua region. As well as damage to roads and bridges, entire villages have been washed away. Tens of thousands of people live in these mountainous areas and told to seek higher ground if they were able to in time.
I saw around 9 trucks being swept away by the floods, including people. It's heartbreaking. I've been teaching here for 18 years and I've never seen anything like this before.
There have been successful rescues too. This person covered head to toe in mud, but helped from their home into an ambulance by air with many roads impassable. More than 100 people have been rescued so far.
I
got a call from my brother-in-law this morning, and they were crying and said their entire house had been swept away. 3 family members were rescued, but his brother is still missing.
Because it's a border region, many police, customs, immigration and military personnel are missing too. You can see how the sheer force of the waters broke apart bridges. Nepal's government said that hydroelectric projects were among the infrastructure damaged by the floods, wiping out a large percentage of much of the country's power. In such a sensitive region as Tibet, it can be a challenge to get accuracy quickly or an idea of scale. But China's President Xi Jinping has said it's assisting with an all-out search, as well as measures to prevent secondary disasters, such as early warning systems. Scientists now think that part of a glacier may have sheared off. A deadly flash flood on the same river last year was eventually traced to the draining of a glacier lake.
Due to such increase in air temperature, lots of ice are melting very fast, and due to that, we are having such phenomenon. Not only this year, last year's phenomenon is also, to some extent, we can connect with the increase in air temperature. Suddenly increase, more meltwater was there and release suddenly.
This is a popular region for international tourists and trekkers. But even those who thought they were high up and out the way of danger were submerged. The number of casualties certain to rise.
Well, earlier I spoke to Ang Shering Lama Agantir, who's a mountain guide and photographer in Nepal, and I asked him to describe what he had seen today.
We saw the river come up, started swelling up, and then suddenly it brought all the debris down the river, you know. Dead buffaloes, cows, animals, all the houses, the bridge parts, you know, everything, you name it. Some of the guys, people I know, they're out of contact at the moment.
And what is that area like? I mean, are there a lot of houses and villages close to the riverbank?
Oh, there is many, like along the way. There's a border crossing from China to Nepal. That's totally gone, and we've seen some footages being posted from what do you call that, CCTV cameras. It's like crazy, you know, like big explosion come up and wash out the whole immigration offices and people and all the stuff, you know. I hear many villages along the way are also washed out. Like Tisuli, the bazaar, the small town of Nuapur.
At the moment, the number of people missing is still in the hundreds. Do you fear it's going to be much worse than that?
I would say it's in thousands. I wouldn't say it's in 100. Almost 400 tourists, just tourists crossing the border. They are out of contact. They go to Tibet to see Mount Kailash, you know, so on the tours. So that's the way. And that's entry and exit border of entry for tourists, many tourists. So they are out of contact. So and the locals, many locals as well, like their villages as well. So many have gone. So we don't know the exact number.
And do you think you can get to the affected area, or are you going to turn back?
There is no roads at the moment, so yeah, it'll be hard.
Well, thank you very much indeed. Thank you for your time.
You are welcome.
Well, David Fisher is head of delegation for the International Red Cross in Nepal. I spoke to him in the last hour and asked for the latest on the situation.
Around 9:15 this morning, a massive flash flood came over the border between China and Nepal with waves at height of between 8 and 10 meters along a very narrow valley, and then followed that river basin all the way down to the southern part of Nepal. It had massive impacts in Rasawat district and also in neighboring Novokot district, with about 10,000 households currently estimated to have lost their homes. It has knocked out roads, it has knocked out bridges. There are some areas that are still not accessible to us, about which we're very worried. But the Nepal Red Cross, with support from the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, has been working with the Nepal Army and the police in rescue and immediate relief for affected people.
When you talk about thousands of households, are you fearful that that means the people in them too?
We don't have official figures yet for the death toll, but we're very worried that it will be mounting in the days to come. You may have seen some of the images. This wave came without warning, very high, very strong. I myself visited this area along the border just a few months ago, and it is extremely narrow. There's simply nowhere to run.
What is the latest on the casualties? I mean, how are they being dealt with?
Well, there are many people who are without homes tonight, and so the Nepal Red Cross has been working on emergency shelter. We've sent up our first shipment of emergency supplies. So these are mattresses and tarpaulins, so that people can set up where they need to, if they have to, outside. Body bags, unfortunately, for those bodies that have been recovered, but also first aid kits, hygiene kits, this kind of thing.
Now, we're getting some reports as well from the Chinese side. Do you know how bad the damage is in Tibet?
We have gotten very little information about that, only from official sources that say that so far it's low numbers. We're informed that this was probably a glacial lake outburst flood. Unfortunately, both on the China side and Nepal, there are many of these very high elevation lakes, and sometimes it takes just a small trigger to send these huge waves of flooding down, and that's what seems to have been what happened this time.
Now, hundreds of foreigners have been reported missing. Can you give us any sense of, are these people who are feared lost dead, or are they people who just can't be contacted at the moment because communication lines are down?
Our hope is just for communications. Many of the foreigners we expect would have been on the trek on the very top of a mountain in Gosaikunda Park, which should not have been directly affected by the flood. If they were in the lower areas in their hotels, it might have been different, but we hope very much that they were already climbing up that mountain. Many of the visitors were there for a religious holiday that is coming up, for religious rituals that are commonly done in Gosaikunda, but of course there were tourists from all over the world. Unfortunately, the communications are very poor, and so we do not know for sure.
David Fisher, thank you very much.